Riverside Charters. Come get you some of that action.
That's right.
So how's the fishing been?
The fish has been pretty good. We're just kind of getting back started since the storm. We had Hurricane Ida about a month ago, so you know, we were out of power and electricity and water and services for a couple weeks, but we're back going now. The fishing's been pretty decent. The fish have moved up into the river systems. This time of year, the river gets low, and the salt water from the marsh kind of backs up into the river passes. So we're catching fish kind of scattered in the river, in the branches of the Mississippi River, and also along the shallow shorelines along the edge of the Gulf. But I think it'll be a good day. The fish has been pretty good, pretty consistent. So
today I am in Buras, Louisiana, just up the road from one of my favorite places, which is Venice, Louisiana. The reason I'm in Buras, Louisiana is because my good friend Pat Dickinson just opened a new lodge here, and Dixie Riverside Charters is now located here in Buras, Louisiana. Pat and I have been fishing together for years, and he's a great guy, and I'm really looking forward to see what today offers. Poisson?
my brother.
Poisson Rouge?
Poisson Rouge.
Poisson Rouge.
Let's go do it.
I'm on it, I'm on it.
Good morning.
We got great weather. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that it's looking pretty good, man. We got we're right off of the Mississippi River and one of the just a little canal system, I guess you could say. And we're gonna fish some transitions starting off, just little ditches or little crevices or crenasse or crevasse, whatever you want to call it. We got all kind of names for them down here. But basically mouths of little cuts where the tide's falling out of, and these fish will congregate at the mouth of these little ditches, and we'll just start pitching up in the mouths of these little cuts and see if we can pick up anything.
As we're losing water.
Yeah, as the tide falls out, on the losing tide.
Losing
they say
tide.
They catch the redfish on the losing tide. Not on the gaining tide, on the losing tide, on the falling tide. But the tide's good, it's falling today, so it's good. It's a good tide for fishing. So I got high hopes. So we'll start fishing a few of these little cuts in this canal system. If we don't do anything, then we'll change our pattern and start doing something else.
It's all good. Fishing with you, my friend. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what the good Lord gives us.
That's right. Oh, they came back and got it.
Uh-oh.
Came back and got it.
That don't sound like a kitty.
I don't know what it is here.
Maybe.
Oh, felt like a head shake. It might be a redfish. Oh, he spit it out, Michael. All right, that's one for the guide. That's the one I'm allowed to lose, I guess. And I know it didn't bend the hook because these hooks are too awesome, but I did lose my tail. So, see what I can do on this.
0 for 1. Just saying.
I'm gonna bump us up a little bit and throw a few casts right there by that piling too. Oh. See what you got, Michael?
Oh, it's swimming at me, whatever it is.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, really
Might be
weird.
a catfish.
Might be. Oh, there's a
big
nice
flounder, big flounder.
Big flounder.
Big.
Got to be
Look
in
at
touch
that
with the
turbo.
bottom. That's a pretty flounder
Beautiful.
right there, big.
This fancy net here. Oh
There you go.
man, we have been there. Look at this big doormat.
That is a nice flounder. That's
Ooh, baby.
That's a heck of a morning opener.
I'm telling you.
It's a nice flounder.
I'm
Pretty
telling you,
fish.
that is a big one.
Yeah, it's a good flounder.
Well, we said we would try to keep, if we happen to catch a flounder, then Miss Jenny was going to stuff flounder for us tonight.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys want to do that or not. We can definitely throw this big guy back.
Well, if
if
we
you
can
guys
talk
want.
Miss Jenny into stuffing that thing, you can bet we'll have it.
That is what a true treat. Look, on that little purple and chartreuse.
Munched it. Chartreuse is gone. He liked the chartreuse so much he took it and swallowed it. That's a good flounder.
Well,
huh?
that's
a good
doormat of a flounder there, you guys.
That's a good Gulf flounder right there.
Yes, indeed. Pretty.
They get a little bigger on the
Pretty
Atlantic side, but on the
yeah.
Gulf, that's a good
Yeah,
flounder.
this is for down here. This is
Yeah.
a pretty good size one.
Nice.
All
Attaboy.
right, well.
The key is here too. flounder are on the bottom.
They're on the bottom.
You got to be touching that bottom with your jig.
Yep,
You can
yep.
catch them on shrimp and things like that, but you got to be
If
touching
you can get
the
it down
bottom.
on the bottom, and they like
Yep.
that vertical presentation, they like to hit the bait when it's sinking.
Yep, yep.
So if you're just jigging it, you know, just bouncing on the bottom, they're gonna hit it on the fall
Lift and
a lot
fall,
of the times.
Yep, yep.
Yep. And a lot of fish do like that.
That's a high
What a
five
pretty
right
one.
there.
That's right.
Give me
Flounder
some.
5.
Atta boy. Nice.
Supper, guys. Beautiful.
Louisiana is just a magical place, and once you come here for the first time and experience all that the Delta here has to offer, it will pull at your soul. It will drag you back here time and time again. I've just had so many great trips here, whether I've been, you know, offshore tuna fishing or fishing for redfish and flounder and trout in the backcountry. It just never gets old. I mean, there's miles and miles of this estuary, and you know, there's people that have lived here their whole lives and they haven't fished all of it, and I'm just gonna keep coming and trying to fish all of it and see what happens.
It's a weird, it feels like a redfish maybe.
Sure does. Looks like a red dog.
It is,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a red.
Sure is. Atta boy. You just didn't want me to get too far ahead, huh? Is that what that was all about? Woo, atta boy.
Now you said it, man, you were catching supper.
Yeah.
Miss Jenny put her order in, so.
That's right.
And I said, what a treat it would be.
Oh, nice. I saw that
Nice
tail
little
waving at us there. And bull bay rods feel good, huh?
Oh man, these pin reels are so nice.
You know, it's interesting. We fished that little cut hard, 15, 20 casts, hooked one and lost it. Then we hooked the flounder. I hooked the flounder way up away from that pass. We messed around with the flounder, kind of let that little cut settle down. And then boom, first
It
cast up
just
there,
shows you
we caught a
sometimes,
fish.
I think sometimes those fish, they come and go, you know.
Patience.
And also, you know, the boat, we're sitting in probably 10 or 12 feet of water. So this fish could be on the bottom in this deeper water, and then they work up, you know, up next
Into
to that
the
little
column a
ditch
little bit,
and try to feed around a little bit. Then they kind of move back to the deeper water. Well, that's a nice little football right there, buddy.
They're so fat here. So one thing about these
Thank you,
fish,
Mike.
even if they ain't that long, they're chunky, you know? Chunky. They eat like I might.
Plenty for them to eat.
Don't miss no meals.
First red of the morning, guys. We finally got one. Beautiful specimen.
Yeah.
Chunky little redfish.
Yeah, chunky monkey.
Yeah,
That's why we came to the marsh.
that's right, buddy.
Dixie Riverside Charters. Catching some redfish. It's the first one of the morning. He tried to get me. He tried to get me.
Well, I have been fishing in Louisiana my whole life. I was born and raised here. So my earliest fishing memory was probably when I was 4 or 5 years old. I've been guiding for 22 years. I never thought I'd be doing this for a living, never dreamed I'd do this for a living, but my father is a retired fishing guide. He's also one of the first inshore fishing guides in Plaquemines Parish. So I have been fishing my whole life in Louisiana. Don't plan on going anywhere else either. Something. That might be a red.
I think it is. Should help you.
Oh, baby. Lips on my cricket. Come on, don't go in them canes. Oh, there he goes in the back of the boat.
That's a little better fish, I'll bet.
I don't want to hoss him, you know. They say don't hoss him. Oh, hello there. Oh, little
Pretty
football.
spot, so look at the spots.
Look at the spots on that one. That one's like a little orange torpedo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby.
You do know I'm the host, right? I'm supposed to let me catch the redfish, I guess. I took care of the flounder.
You know, I heard that when you're the man, you try not to be. But
Look
Try
at
not
the
to
belly on that redfish, dude.
thank you, Mike.
Look at that belly.
Look how pretty.
Look at that belly
Wowzers.
width on that redfish. That's the beauty of the Mississippi River
They're
and
all
this,
different, man.
this marsh. That The nutrients is so spectacular. Great color pattern, great spots. Pretty fish. It's a good job, kiddo.
Thank you.
That's why you come right there. Captain Pat Dickinson, he knows what he's doing.
Nice release, Mike.
Hey, giddy up, Buttercup. Atta boy.
Thank you, my brother.
Nice. Got him. Oh boy.
Oh, sheephead.
Oh, nice fish.
Big
too.
old sheephead.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow nose bay snapper.
Bay snapper.
Yeah, we call it bay snapper down here.
That's awesome.
Yellow nose bay
nice,
snapper. That's a big
nice
sheephead.
sheepy.
Yeah,
That's a
big
good
sheephead.
sheepy. Every time I fish with you, we seem to catch
All kind of stuff.
we do. Black
a
drum,
plethora.
A plethora of things.
That's
yeah.
right.
I started years ago, my very first trip to the Venice area. I ended up at a different lodge, but fishing with Captain Pat, and we just hit it off right away. You know, he's just a good guy. I was looking forward to, you know, the drive from Tampa to Buras, Venice area is about 10 and a half, 11 hours. And I was looking forward to the one-liners. I mean, he might be one of my favorite one-liner guys of all time. I mean, he drops them left and right all day, and in that Cajun draw, puts a big old smile on my face. We're always on fish with this guy. Now he's got this incredible lodge, great food, great accommodations. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this. There's a fish.
There you go. Come on, be something good.
He ate it like he was somebody. Maybe not.
Maybe a red.
It is a red
it's
dog.
red.
Yep. I had to get on the board there on the redfish.
Little
thing.
golden nugget. Mike, I'll go ahead and release this one. And looks like we got some business to take care of here.
Using a little bit heavier jig head seems to work. There's a lot of current here.
There is
That water's
current
a
right
little
here.
bit deeper. Look at that chunky monkey. Huh? They
You know,
got
people-
they got bellies on them here in the
Yeah.
bayou.
And people think you can only catch these fish, you know, in the shallow marsh and sight cast for them and stuff like that. Down here in the Mississippi River Delta, at the right time of the year, you can get in the river passes like what we're in and get in these channels and fish the little transitions.
You know what's
and
nice about
cuts
that
and
is
stuff.
it gives people access to these fish with a little bit bigger boats.
Uh-huh.
You know, I mean, this,
Absolutely.
although this, my 25
Absolutely.
bay can fish the marsh,
Absolutely.
bigger boats, you know, can get up on these little cuts and do exactly what we're doing right here. Just drop
'Cause
them
the cha-
baits.
Yep, and the channel, it's deep here, you know, in the middle of the channel. It's 12 or 15 foot deep.
Good fish, atta boy.
Good job, my
I'm
brother.
on the board, I'm on the board.
Boom. Get this guy back in the water here. Oh. Oh, there we go.
You know, we were hoping to possibly get into some bull reds, you know, but I've made the trip here before and, you know, been in the marsh and just caught, you know, slot fish after slot fish after slot fish and never really could get into a big bull. And I've been here when the bulls are everywhere and you're catching them on every cast. Today was kind of special because we got to do that variety in the backcountry, and then as we're kind of working our way back to the Cypress Cove Marina, we came across this big bay and there's pelicans diving everywhere. There was pogies all over the place, and you know, my good friend Pat just kind of lit up a little bit like, you know what? We might be able to stick a big one here, and lo and behold, Pat got it done.
Oh, it's a big redfish.
Big red.
Big red, y'all.
Big red, atta boy.
Big hammer knocker.
I was gonna say,
He
the
was
way
just pulling. He was just pulling strange, but it's a big one.
yeah, that's a monster.
And fishing the way we're fishing now, you know, we're just drifting across this open bay. But what made us stop was we saw the bait.
Yeah,
You know, we
pogies.
saw the pogies popping, and we just started drifting. And fishing like this, you may just be drifting along and just hook one, kind of like we did, or you may run into a school.
Yeah,
So
that's why I went out to immediately fishing and not immediately helping you.
that's right. That's right.
Because I know,
When
I
one
thought,
person
well,
hook ones, it's always good for everybody else to be fishing too.
you know, if somebody asked me a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, you know, you're headed to Louisiana, you know, what are you fishing for? Well, we're fishing for redfish because we're going to Venice and we're going to be in the marsh. But, you know, today was a really pleasant surprise, you know, the big flounder, the Sheep's head were really big. We caught a black drum, lots of redfish. I mean, it was really, really a great day on the water. And that's why I always say, you know, if you're headed somewhere new, spend the money, hire a guide, go with the best. That's what I do when I come here to Louisiana, and it always pays off. Come here. I know. Not your favorite. Look at the head on this thing. I got some pretty big mitts. I'm gonna tell you right now, brother.
And that is true. You do have some big hands.
I got some big hands. This here is a red dog. Red dog, my friend. I don't know if it gets any better than that, dude. I really don't.
That's what we were looking for.
That's exactly what we were looking for.
That old guy said, that's fun. I don't care who you are.
That's it. Woo! Pretty spot pattern. Beautiful fish. Big old, look at the head on that thing. You got a noggin on it.
Big old golf red.
Big old noggin on it like Cap Mike. Woo! Come see my boy Pat Dickinson get a bicep workout. Mother Nature's gym out here.
Mike hadn't worked out in a couple days,
do
so
some
look.
curls. You can do some curls with that.
That's the gun show, as we call that.
I need to catch one. I couldn't wait. I was trying to avoid that big face splash.
He didn't like his job.
Woo! Had a boy.
Yes, sir.
That is super cool. Nice. Hey gang, this week's Real Animals Tip of the Week, I want to talk to you about one of my favorite companies. I've been with them a long time. That's Engel Coolers. You can get really fancy and crazy with your coolers these days. Everybody's kind of in the cooler business. This is the original, the first, the best, the last cooler you'll ever need. What I really like about my Engel Coolers, especially in my boat, I'm throwing a cast net every morning. If you notice on their hard coolers here, it's really nice that everything is kind of hidden and laid back, so you're not catching that cast net on everything. You're not catching your fishing line on everything. There's nothing on these coolers or on their cooler cups that you don't need. That's what I like about them. They've done their homework. They've got the products right. Whether you like the cooler bags, the backpack bags, or if you're a guy like me who likes the Engel cups, this is a great cup, screw-in lid, rubber on the bottom so it doesn't slide around. They just do everything right. Go to engelcoolers.com. You won't be disappointed. You can find them at a retailer near you. Hey gang, in today's Real Animals tackle box, you know, we kept it pretty simple. I didn't bring a bunch of different rods with me. We really only brought the Real Animals Signature Series Bull Bay 6 to 15 pound class rod, 7 foot 2 inches long. It's a medium fast action. I like the fast action because it gives it that sensitive tip and you can make really, really long casts. And I knew we were going to be throwing some artificial, we were going to be throwing some jig heads, and it worked out really, really good for us. I got 2 different reels going here. This is the new Penn Clash 2 3000 high speed, and then we've got the Battle DX3. I got them both lined up with Spiderware, Ultracast, and Visibraid 10 pound. We're using 25 pound fluorocarbon leader. We tried a little bit to get those fish to eat some of the marsh minnows in those crevices and those little drop-offs that were pouring out of the backcountry there into the main channels, but they really, really wanted the shrimp in those areas. What was kind of unique about the day was playing with the Four Horsemen popping cork here, and this is kind of a local thing here. That's the best popping cork I've ever used and ever seen. The sound, everything about it's unique.
It is, it really is. Some local guys over in Cutoff, Louisiana, my buddy Aaron over there, they came up with this cork a few years ago, and literally all of us are using it now. It's just so durable. The sound that it makes is very, very unique, the clicking sound, and we say the click it is the ticket. But it really is. It's just different than all the other corks that we've thrown.
We were using mirror marsh minnows out there in the pogie schools trying to catch that big bull red, yeah, for sure, which was super exciting. But really simple gear today. This is all the gear you need to do exactly what Pat and I did today. Get you some Bull Bay rods, get you some Penn reels, catch you some fish. It always makes it a great Real Animals adventure when you get to fish with somebody that's as passionate as Pat Dickinson is about what he does for a living. You know, Dixie Riverside Charters has been around for a long time now. Now he's got great accommodations here in the Bayou, and I can't recommend this place enough. Great guy, great accommodations. Come down here, catch you some fish. There's no fishery like it anywhere in the country, and Pat proved it again today.
So today, guys, we had a special treat. The flounder is one of the most delicious eating saltwater inshore species of fish that there is. So we were very, very excited to catch that flounder because we plan on eating tonight. And we're gonna have stuffed flounder tonight and gumbo. Miss Jenny's cooking it up for us. Really, really nice dinner we're gonna have tonight.
So, you started this whole thing.
I did.
Talking about stuffed flounder. If we catch a flounder, we're gonna bring it home. We got a good one.
We did.
Let's start with what we're stuffing it with.
All right, so we have some sauteed shrimp, sauteed onion, celery, bell pepper, and some just seasoned breadcrumbs and a whole bunch of butter and a little bit of seasoning.
Whole bunch of butter.
Saute it all down. We make a nice little stuffing with it. And we're gonna season our fish, stuff it with our stuffing, and bake it in the oven. All right, guys, so we have our stuffed flounder now. As you can see, we've got it all stuffed. Made a nice little pocket to put it in. Some seasoning on the outside. I think it's gonna be good, Mike. I don't know what y'all are eating for dinner, but I know what I'm eating.